be a great sunny day.
Yes, just behind us.
I know, I love it. This is really beautiful. It gets me in the fall mood, right?
Yes, hopefully we can get in the fall mood. Just got to get the temperatures to match the fall vibes.
Still a little hot.
That's the problem. Yeah, it's still a little warm outside, and it's going to be like that once again for today, actually. So as we look at what's ahead, that's a quick look at your 7-day forecast. But overall, as we give you a live look outside, we are still seeing temperatures just into the 60s and 50s for this morning. So overall, not seeing that sunrise just yet. We'll start to see that within the next half hour or so. But overall, hope you're enjoying the start of your Sunday. Temperatures will be into the 80s once again today, but temperatures right now not too bad. Good morning for a nice walk outside or really across the area, mid-50s, but right here in Louisville, 61 degrees. Visibility, did see some areas of patchy fog this morning, including Huntingsburg, which has about 7 miles of visibility, and some fog just north of Louisville into Indiana. For this morning. But we're starting to see that burn off as the sun rises. That Sunday coffee planning for you. Morning step into the 60s, but by the midday, we'll warm up about 20 degrees into the mid-80s for today. And by this evening, well into the upper 70s. Those highs for today will be likely into the mid-80s. Warm day outside for you as we look at least your end to September. And back in tonight, it'll be a pretty similar night. Temperatures into the upper 60s, but right here in Louisville, really going to be the warm spot into the lower 60s. So as we look at that bus stop forecast to get those kids going for school once again for tomorrow, 60 degrees off to school. Nice sunny conditions heading home, 85 degrees. Now we talked about the sunshine, but it's actually going to continue for this weekend ahead. But will we see those rain chances that we saw last week pretty similar to this week? Well, I'll be answering that coming up in just a few minutes. We'll send it back over to you, Gabe.
All right, thank you, Matthew. A local food mart in Louisville is missing its front window after a driver smashed into it. It happened in the Portland neighborhood just before 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon. You can see here a smoker was pushed into a window of the BBQ Food Mart off West Market Street and 29th Street. LMPD says it was a multi-vehicle accident involving a black SUV, a blue sedan, and a smoker. Police did not confirm any injuries. WHAS spoke with the owner and co-partner whose new smoker was damaged in the accident. They said this was a minor setback for a major comeback.
Say some prayers for us, man. That's all I can say.
The lady,
it's okay.
Yeah. Like I told her family, go with your mom or whoever, your granny or whatever. Don't worry about this. This can be taken care of. This can be fixed.
They also said to give well wishes to the people involved in the crash. LMPD has not shared any other details about this case, but we will update you on air and on the WHAS 11 app as more information becomes available. Well, transgender Kentuckians say having a passport that matches their gender identity is crucial. But the Trump administration wants the federal government to only recognize the gender assigned at birth. WHAS 11's Jose Alonso spoke with a Louisville organization who's helping people of the community through this process.
For a second time, the Fairness Campaign is offering to pay the fees it takes to obtain a passport for transgender Kentuckians. This comes as the Trump administration pushes the federal government to only recognize the sex identified on a person at birth.
Before President Trump took office, Americans could choose a passport reflecting their gender identity or use a third X option. His inauguration speech signaled the end to this policy through executive action.
As of today, it will henceforth be the official policy of the United States government that there are only two genders, male and female.
But in April, a federal judge expanded a preliminary injunction, pausing the president's executive order. The Fairness Campaign, an organization fighting for LGBTQ+ Kentuckians' rights, is taking advantage of this pause.
And it's of the utmost importance with the Supreme Court getting ready to consider whether or not to allow that injunction to stay in place. You know, we're not certain what's going to happen. And so rather than live in that uncertainty, we want transgender Kentuckians to obtain that passport right now to get that accurate gender marker.
It doesn't cost much for trans Kentuckians to update a current passport, but Executive Director Chris Hartman says ordering and expediting a new one costs close to $300. In Louisville, Jose Alonso, WHAS 11 on your side.
Hartman also says even if the Supreme Court upholds the president's executive order, any passports for trans Americans will still be valid until they expire. A longtime former Metro Council member, Glenn Stuckel, has passed away. Stuckel was part of the inaugural Louisville Metro Council when the city and county merged in 2003. The Republican serves District 17 in eastern Jefferson County and was an advocate for parks, libraries, and improving community infrastructure. Stuckel served the district until 2019. A celebration of life will be held for Stuckel on October 18th at Hurstbourne Christian Church. The visitation will be from 10 to noon, with the memorial service followed after. He was 90 years old. The Pleasure Ridge Park Fire Protection District celebrated its 75th anniversary yesterday. The celebration was made up of histories from all the fire departments that make up PRP, including their own. Families and friends joined members of the fire department for the huge community event. Everyone got to come and see, even climb into the fire trucks, as well as meet the firefighters and, of course, have a great time. Fire Chief Jason Myman talked with us about this amazing accomplishment.
Buildings have been saved, and it's just a great milestone to come out and share the 75th anniversary with all the members, all the retirees, and all those who were affiliated with the fire departments. It's just a great come together and a thank you both for the people who serve this community and for the community itself.
Chief Myman mentioned PRP's longtime connection with the Crusade. He says they were the first fire department to put out the challenge to all the other departments back in 1956, and that challenge was to raise more money than they could.